You're live.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the THC Show, Truth, Hope, and Change. We're here on the Cannabis Culture page on Facebook and Pot TV page on YouTube. So, hello everybody. My name is Glenn Wells. I am sitting in for Neil Magnuson, who is getting better. He's still fighting. He's still kicking. He's not giving up, and every day that we I go and see him, I hope the best for him. So, yeah, he's able to still swallow a few things, which is a good thing. So, I was just going to do a little bit of sharing here because I can't share, but I can do links. So I'm just going to do one thing here while I'm talking to you guys, and then we'll tell you about what's going on here on the downtown east side and what the CSP program does here for the people of the downtown east side. So just let me grab the link here. There it is. Copy the link, and we'll go back here and we'll put this in here, and then this way, if you guys are on my page, you'll be able to see me. There we go, and we're gonna post. All right. Oh no, it won't let me do it. But you know what? My friend Adam can go on my page. Can you share it? Can you go on the Cannabis Culture page, grab the link, and then share it onto my page?
Okay.
All right. Huh?
Oh, just on your...
Yeah, on my Glenn Wells page. Yeah, so that then now people will be able to find the show and stuff, because it's a hard time finding the Cannabis Culture page. You have to, if you're ever looking, you got to look under CC Magazine. That's how you can find the Cannabis Culture page on Facebook. It's kind of tricky. They won't let you use the word cannabis. Anyways, I'm glad you're all here today. Let's just going to change the page so I can see where I'm going here. All right. The Cannabis Substitution Program here on the downtown east side provides high-dose edibles and low-barrier access to cannabis and gummies and stuff like that. So this is so that we can prevent overdose, fentanyl overdoses. God, I can't even talk. and other overdoses too. So we found out that after 4 years, 1 week of high dose edibles can help somebody get off of their hard drugs, be it speed, heroin, cocaine, stuff like that. With 1 week, we've been able to change people's lives. So we're here, and so are many other groups, CSP groups across Canada, starting in the east, and we have a bunch here in the west too. We've got Newton, we've got Langley, we've got Surrey, we have Vancouver here, and we're helping people and saving people's lives every day that we're out there handing out these gift packs and stuff that is donated. And our donators are amazing. We have the candy bar, which we thank very much. We have another gentleman, Steve, who sends us gummies and stuff like that. And without you donators and donations, there would be no CSP, right? We wouldn't be able to help these people or help the people's loved ones that are down here. And this all started about 7 years ago in Vancouver at the Vandu, which is the Vancouver Area Network Drug Users, right? Yes. Hey, I got that right. Anyways, and we used to have a lineup outside. It started, I think, once a week, and then it went to twice a week, where we would have hundreds of people lining up in all conditions of weather, be it stormy, snowing, for hours, pouring rain, torrential rains. They would stand there for hours to get their cannabis packs or their edibles or their one joint or something like that, because they knew that this could change their lives. And the people down here don't want to be on the drugs that they are on. well, I'm going to say, let's say most of them don't want to be, but it's the addiction part that keeps them here. And if they can get off that, I'm sure that there's a few of them that would like to have a better life than having to live in an alleyway or, and dirt and stuff like that, or be cold on a winter day. So I'm sure there's better lives for these people, and they know that, so they try. And the only way they get to try is if we give them access to better programs. The government's programs of going into treatment centers or having to wait almost 6 months to get into a treatment center. And then you do the treatment center, and they were counting on you relapsing so you can go back, and the government will spend more money in there. It's relentless. It really is. We found out down here after 1 week of high-dose edibles, you don't have very much chance of relapsing. You have seen the light, you're feeling better, you're smiling, your mood is good, you want to contribute, you want to be, working if you can. Some people are disabled that are down here, and that's just fine, but you're just productive and you feel better. It's amazing to see the smiles on the faces that we have down here today and every day. Today is the first day of Welfare Day down here, and tomorrow is too. So there is a lot of smiling faces today. And they all come here because they know that cannabis is way better than anything else that they've been doing, and that anything else that anybody else may be providing them, right? Even alcohol, right? So, well, I guess the cats are enjoying their food and treats. That was some. So, hello, Richard. How are you? We're fine, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, so about 7 years ago, like I said, Neil started the CSP and at Bandu, and they were handing out gift packs for, I don't know how many years, probably a couple of years there at Bandu.
3.5, I think.
3.5 years, and then we started for about 6 months here at the storefront, and then we were told that we couldn't do that without having permits. So Neil applied for the permits, to the federal permits, and the Health Canada person said, we'll try to get this through in a timely manner. And we kept getting... Yeah. And then one time during a phone call, a conference call, he had apologized because it was taking so long. And then about a year and a half later, we finally got a denial. Maybe it could be more. Don't quote me on the time because Neil knows better than I do. But they did deny him finally, and we have Jack Lloyd, who's been trying to help us, and we appreciate Jack. And he's been protecting Neil right now against the charges that the CSP received when the Vancouver police raided the van. So
he also helped protect me when I got raided.
Oh, did he? Yeah. Well, Jack, you're an amazing man. You know that. And I was able to drive Jack around when he was in Vancouver to his hotel and stuff like that.
Little Star Truck?
Yeah. He was a nice man. He even helped me, right? And he didn't even ask me.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know what I like about him is that it seems like he's more of an activist than a lawyer.
And that's Adam, you guys. Who's going to be on the show in about 10 minutes or 12 minutes. Yeah. He's a damn good activist, a damn good lawyer. Jack Lloyd, we appreciate you. Jack will be back in court in June with Neil. And then there'll be the constitutional challenge in July. It's amazing the work that the volunteer staff does down here to change people's lives. Like I was saying, we used to do a lineup, and then about after the 3.5 years of that, we had about 6 months in the storefront, and we were doing the permit thing, and they denied the permit. But the city had told Neil that he could get a storefront and do this low barrier thing because they knew the benefits of saving people's lives. And once Neil went and did that, the city came over and said, well, the person who issues the business licenses said, no, you can't do this. You have to have permits, first from the province and then from the federal. And then we found out that the province can't do that kind of permission, so we had to do the federal thing, and which you already know, that was denied. So I don't know what it is with the government and why they want to not prevent people from dying. It's crazy. They even told Neil that if he was to give anybody anything more than a 10 milligram edible, that they would all need a doctor's note in order to receive these gifts and these donations that they do, which is crazy because they're doing cocaine and speed and heroin and whatever else they may do. They might be huffing glue. I don't know. I don't live down here. I just know what I hear, right? But it's sad that the government doesn't want these people to be living, or doesn't care if they live or die. How's that? I don't want to say it that way. They just don't care. If they did care, they would have been down here, Health Canada. They would have seen the difference that we make, and they would even be helping us. Like even Neil was helping or hoping that maybe we could get all that cannabis that the government burns when they don't sell it, and we could save a lot of people's lives with that cannabis. We can make a lot of edibles with that cannabis, and they're just saying that he can't have a permit because this cannabis that we have here is non-regulated. Well, yeah, because it didn't come from a government grower. Well, you know what? If I have an ACMPR and I'm a designated grower for somebody, I'm technically a government grower. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm a grower, but I have designated growers, and I have had them in my life. I have an ACMPR, and that person is technically growing under a government license. So I guess you could say they're a government grower, right? Well, the only thing is that my government grower doesn't have to irradiate his weed, whereas the government does do that here. Now, not everybody. There are some craft growers that work for the government that do not irradiate, and one of them we know, and they work in a white room instead. So everybody is all dressed up in a suit, a white suit. They're totally encased in a suit, and that suit stays in the room or doesn't, but I don't know, maybe it's a different suit every time that they go in there, but that's the only way that the government will allow them to sell their cannabis non-irradiated, is if they grow it in a white room and everybody is in these white suits. I'm just imagining something like you would see for if it was radiation contamination or something, those kind of suits. So I think I've seen some pictures. I'm not sure. I could look. I can look right now and be sure, but yeah, that's the only way. And I don't want to buy irradiated weed. I don't want to pay the prices that the government has on their weed. Being that I'm on disability and scoliosis and PTSD, I couldn't afford maybe a gram or two of the government's weed a week. And that's definitely not going to help me with my PTSD and scoliosis. So there's no way that I can even think of going to a government store. I get better deals from the gray market. I get better deals from friends who have been doing this for decades and stuff like that. So, and being who I am, I have a few of those friends. And it's nice to have those kind of friends too, and I'm sure some of you out there have those kind of friends. I got some people on here. Neil's not in today, Richard. Neil's not doing very well right now. He's feeling better, but he's not doing very well or feeling very well. That's what I meant to say. He's not feeling very well, so he's not here on the show today. If you would like to know what's going on with Neil, you can watch previous shows and stuff like that. Oh, the cats are going crazy. It's time to play. While we're doing the show, the cats will play. All right, so we're coming up to 4:13, so about 7 minutes. Adam from Mad Hatter Medicinals, the Mad Hatter himself, will be joining us at 4:20. I was recently at 4:20 at Robson Square, and we were talking to the CSU there, and we were asking them if we could not get high-dose edibles from a government store or high-dose cannabis, where from places like what we were doing that day, where should we? And she said to me, well, you can get it online. I was like, wow, really? You're going to promote online business sites that are gray market? But she said it. I have it on video. And these guys, Interior Cannabis Collective, this is the only online site that I've ever got my stuff from. They're excellent people. I know the people. If you ever have any problems, I can always work out something with them, but you'll never have any problems with Interior Cannabis Collective. So I thank you very much for all that you've done for me and for our community, and yeah, I always put people out to them. So if you're ever looking for something in the gray market area, check them out. All right, so what we got 5 more minutes to go, and then I can spark this up. So let's see, what else can we talk about down here? Well, I gotta give you a little rundown about me. I don't know if a lot of you know who I am. I'm Glenn Wells. I've been doing videos and producing videos for a long time. I started on my own Facebook page. I have PTSD from my childhood. I have scoliosis. I have a form called Sherman's disease. My spine should be straight like this, but it's not. It's curved like this at the bottom. So I've been like that since I was 11 years old, and when my scoliosis acts up, I get paralyzed from the waist down. And this stuff helps me every day. I have been smoking for 43 years now, and cannabis helps with my pain and my mental mood, because I know that I'm not totally pain-free, but I can live a lot better life with this. It sort of makes me forget that I have my scoliosis. I know not to bend down and pick up a lot of stuff, or to be doing heavy lifting, or a lot of sitting for long periods of time, or standing for long periods, because that really aggravates my back. But this stuff helps me every day. I get up, I have my breakfast, I do a dab, maybe even 2, depends on how sore I am. All right. I take full extract cannabis oil at nighttime. I take a capsule or a Mad Hatter Medicinal 100 milligram candy, and I sleep like a baby. And it's good. It's good because everybody wants to sleep like a baby. Like it's good for you, right? But yeah, I have to do that because I'm not smoking while I'm sleeping, so it helps me with the pain at nighttime, and that's good because if I don't feel any pain or I forget about it, I can sleep, and that's cannabis for you. Cannabis has also kept me off of crack cocaine for over 25 years now. I could celebrate 25 years off of that addiction. I was smoking when I was doing that, but only when I wanted to come down and go to sleep. Right? And I didn't have like the best weed back then, dude, because you'd spend all your money on crack. I was smoking bottom of the bag stuff, and it would be like 5 or 6 joints just to get me to that point where I could kind of go to sleep. So thank you again, cannabis. It has been
25 years.
25 years, yeah. That's, and still counting, right? Yeah, it's amazing that this plant can do that kind of stuff for you. I went to the Maple Ridge Treatment Center. I did my time there, and I was successful. And I even went back and gave my time to them. I was a liaison between the Maple Ridge Treatment Center and the Salvation Army, which is up the street. And what I would do is on Fridays, I would go through the guy's stuff to see if there's any stuff that they weren't allowed to have. And if you came to our place with no clothes or anything, then I was the person who introduced you to the Salvation Army. We got you a chit, and we went shopping, and we took you shopping, and we got you some clothes and stuff like that. Because you can't be doing a rehab place, rehab without clothes and stuff. So that was my job.
And it was feel good before you feel good.
Yeah, and then I also painted their basement for them. And I gotta say, good afternoon, Douglas, my friend Douglas Sikora, and Michelle. I love you guys. We're coming up to 4:18. It is. Well, 2 minutes to go, guys. If you got to start rolling or chopping your bud, then this is a good time to do that, because in less than 2 minutes, we're going to be sparking it up. Adam from Mad Hatter. Oh, there we go. There's 1 minute marker. It's 4:19.
I guess that's my cue.
Yeah, you can come on in. Jump in.
We're talking anyway.
Yeah, what the hell, right? So, Adam from Mad Hatter Medicinals, the Mad Hatter himself. Okay, you do that, and I'm going to go change the camera.
Yeah, good enough.
All right. Okay. Oh, and usually at 4:20.
Oh, yeah.
Throw on my jersey. Oh, yeah, because tonight is game night.
All right. Tonight game night, eh?
Yep, game number 4 in Edmonton. Yeah, Vancouver. So they are up right now, 2-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think of that hit on McDavid?
Oh, yeah. You mean the one that Susie got suspended for?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't do anything to the Edmonton guy who hit Zadarov or whatever.
Well, no, it's just because it's McDavid, of course. Which is funny because the NHL went and talked to both of the coaches about their teams embellishing, trying to get penalties.
Really?
Oh yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't know that one. So you mean like when he put him in the Edmonton bench?
They're starting to look like soccer players, I tell you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
See, some of those soccer players, Rick you touch them and they hit the ground.
Yeah.
You know?
Happy 420, everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Rick Dawkins said there's a lot of emotion going on there. Of course it's going to happen, right? And they've been kind of, Edmonton said, well, we've been kind of enjoying it too, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It makes it interesting, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's, some people don't like it, but that's a big part of the game, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't need so much of the fighting, but the checking is good.
Hey, you know what,
and that cross check was not meant for his neck because he was going down at the same time, but it just happened that way. And I guess if you weren't cross checking, it wouldn't have happened. Yeah. Right?
They do what they got to do.
Yeah.
Like,
so
the NHL,
and it's only one game. It's not 5 games.
Yeah.
So one game. And we're up already.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be all right tonight.
I think so.
Yeah. I hope we come back 3-1.
Right?
Oh, that'd be so nice. Oof. Oh, that'd be so nice.
Yeah.
Happy 120, Richard. So, anything new since the last time you were on the show?
Just seems like I've taken a lot more responsibility around here.
That's good. Yeah, me too.
With our fearless leader being away.
Yeah.
But he's definitely put a lot more trust into us over the past little while, and just hoping that we're making him proud. That's all. Yeah,
we are. He's still fighting.
For sure he is. I seen him the other day.
Still the fighter that he always was.
Oh, he always will be.
Yeah, right.
You know?
And even if, we just have to keep seeing him healthy. Yeah. Right? And, I was thinking of maybe one time it's just starting the show and have it like a nice little healthy picture and just hold it up like this for 68 seconds here. And let's all focus on this or something like that, right? Yeah. Put Neil up here, right? So... Yeah, because that's all we need to do is just will it back, right? Yeah. What is it when you manifest? Yes, let's manifest him back.
Yeah, definitely.
So, hey, hi there, Jan. How you doing?
Yeah. So I guess after seeing Kim the other day, she was here. So I guess I'm gonna enter her Cannabis Cup.
Oh, yeah?
With a couple of different entries, yeah.
Oh, and it's a blind, so we won't be able to know. Oh, I guess maybe by your shapes.
Yeah, I probably no. They're not going to be. They're not going to be my.
They're not going to be the ones that we already know. So it'll be.
Yeah, it's going to be different. Can't tell you because that would blow it.
Yeah. So, because a lot of people are watching right now, and what we're talking about is the Stoner Cups game in Ontario. You can't put your entries in now, but I do believe you can still.
You can. No, the applications are done. They were done on the 4th, but then by the 30th, you got to have them to her.
Okay, so you can't even apply right now.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of excited about that.
Oh, so am I. I'm the judge.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's going to be good. They seem like she's got a pretty good following,
And you can still buy judges' kits?
As far as I know.
All right, check out on Facebook, Stoner Cups Games, right?
Stoner Games Cup.
Stoner Games Cup.
Yeah.
The stoners are trying to figure it out if it's Stoner Games Cup or Stoner Cups Game. Whatever.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I can look it up.
It'll pop up eventually.
I'm sure Kim will probably comment, maybe.
Yeah.
Did you happen to get this share onto my page?
I did.
Yeah, thank you very much. Great. Well, at least there'll be some people there. Oh, there's 12 people there. Hey, 12 people. How are you doing? Hope you're all smoking something good. What are you smoking today?
Slime.
Yeah, what are you smoking?
Slime.
Slime? Are you? Yeah. I'm smoking some Death Bubba with some indica shatter.
Oh yeah, I didn't have time to get the concentrate in it. I realized that I had 3 minutes to go, and I was still yapping to you while I was off screen there.
Yeah,
and rolling a joint real quick.
Anything new with Mad Hatter?
Well, I've been doing the past couple.
You were talking about being in the cup.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm shatter.
Oh.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Well, it's got a blanket over it.
Okay. All right.
And it's closed now.
Is it closed now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Over the past couple of summers, I've done more festivals, like music festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Went out and bought some branded tents, and I've been really enjoying that.
You got any festivals coming up this summer?
My next one will be on Bowen Island.
Mm-hmm.
They have a hip hop festival going on.
Do they?
Yeah, at the end of the month.
Wow, eh?
Yeah.
Bowen Island.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that with Heisen Herb.
Yeah.
And DJ Slim Inc.
Dan.
Yeah.
That's our Langley.
Yeah,
our Langley CSP guy. So
yeah.
Thank you very much, Dan, and all his volunteers for the work that you guys do.
He was actually just on Kim's show.
We're talking about Kim Cooper and then the Northern Ontario Network, is it?
Yeah,
NOK,
yeah.
Yeah, Northern Ontario Network, yes.
Yeah, and it sounds like I'm going to be doing the show on the 22nd of May.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we got Ron McNabb on there too, right? Yep. Thank you, Ron. He's constantly a viewer of the show and sharing it out too. Yeah, if you guys could share out for me today, I'm banned until about 9:56 tomorrow. I was sharing out that the Canucks had won and somebody didn't like it, and I got a 7-day ban for sharing.
Yeah, they must be from Edmonton.
I don't know, somebody was. But you know, the funny thing is that you can still share a little bit, because when I post, I can cross-post. Right, so you can share with 3 other groups, so you kind of can share still, right?
And hope people in the other groups share it.
Yeah, well, yeah, if they can, yes, right. But you never know. You can't do that with this because we're on Cannabis Culture and we're live.
Oh, that makes sense.
But when you make a post, you can there'll be a section where you can either time it, you can schedule it for it to come out at a certain time, or you can cross post it to different groups. If you're posting in a group and you're the admin, you can post into different groups too. Okay. So you can do a cross post. I think they allow you 3 or 4. So that you only have to do it once, right?
Well, that's good though.
Yeah, but it's it's not a big share, right?
Still,
it's still there. Yeah.
Probably shouldn't be banning us in the first place, though.
No, I know, but I like being that I have a blue check mark, and so that's the professional. So I could talk to somebody right away because of that, right? So I was talking to Raul from Facebook, and Raul told me that if you're doing something like that and you're doing it too quickly, AI blocks you.
Really?
AI thinks that you're spamming, and then it throws you out, and then you have to write them a review and ask them to review it again, because this is just a computer who has blocked you now, and now you have to ask for the humans to look at it and get it reversed, because AI will do all the it will do that. It'll do all that automatically. Yeah. Right? So he said that's probably what happened.
You get to talk to somebody from Facebook. I was banned from Facebook Marketplace like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You can't talk to anybody.
No, eh?
No, it's just like you can request a review.
Yeah.
And I did that, and it was like, no dice. I had to make a whole new Facebook account just to use Marketplace.
Yeah. Well, lots of people do that.
But now I got 2 Facebook accounts, and I'm like, people are messaging me on one, and I don't think about going back and forth. And all of a sudden, it's like half a day, and I realized, people have been messaging me for hours now, and it's annoying.
So how long have you been here with the CSP?
Well, I started donating to the CSP just after we started our company 5 years ago.
Okay.
But actually being down here working, like I used to tell people about, giving them stuff, and they were like, man, that's so cool, like it's, and I used to be like, yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm just bringing them product, like the real angels are the ones that are like working in that van.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was.
You put time in the van. I put time in the van.
Now I just mean like before when I was just donating to them, because I would just come down, I'd bring them a box of stuff, and I'd be out the door, back to
you were saying that to me earlier. Yeah.
And then so, but now I mean it was actually just after the raid, not too long after the second raid.
Yeah.
they
where they took they killed your fish.
No. I was talking about the raid here.
Oh, the raid here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had noticed that like 9:30 there was videos up saying that they got raided here.
Yep.
And, it was 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, I need to bring them some stuff.
I was here that day. So like we were doing a show that day. Yeah, we were going to be
9:30 in the morning. I was like down here with a big box of stuff, making sure that place got opened, and
we were all under the tent.
Yeah, and I kind of never left since then.
Yeah.
I just like Neil asked me. He said, "You want to come and do some shifts?" And I like coming from a small town in Ontario, it can be even now, 10, 15 years down the road, it still can be kind of a culture shock.
Yeah.
And to be in the city and stuff like that. Because, I mean, it's where I come from, it's pretty remote. Mm-hmm. Fairly remote, anyway.
Thunder Bay?
Sault Ste. Marie.
Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
Okay, the other side.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know Ontario, Thunder Bay here, Sault Ste. Marie, or it's the other way around, but they're just across from each other, basically.
Yeah.
But you have to drive around the lake unless you have a boat.
It's about 8 hours to Thunder Bay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
To drive around it?
Yeah, and then...
What about just crossing the Lake Superior? That's
crossing
what it is. Yeah. Probably about 4 or 5 hours, probably.
I don't know.
I
don't know, actually.
I think there's an actual ferry that does it, too.
I never heard of
Well, I've heard some when I was.
I wouldn't be surprised.
When I was such I heard about something, but maybe not that went across.
It's possible. That's a giant lake.
It is.
Yeah.
Lake Superior is one of the world's cold water largest cold water lakes. I think it is.
Really?
Yes, it's fed by the icebergs and stuff like that.
I tell you, the glacier-fed water out here in BC.
Oh,
it is. Look at that.
What'd you get?
A ladybug.
Yeah, I had one lying on me.
Crazy.
You got a baby one?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just a little one.
Nice.
Yeah. It's nowhere near it's way colder. The glacier-fed water.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's Lake Superior can be pretty warm for a giant lake like that.
In the summertime.
Yeah. But the glacier-fed water out here, I've jumped in. The first time I jumped in, and I've never been really in glacier-fed water before.
It could
just
be
like
maybe like Newfoundland. We went to Newfoundland and jumped in that glacier cold water. It'd probably be just as cold.
Absolutely.
As you're describing here.
Yeah.
Right, because that's right out there too.
We did the polar bear swim back home, but we do it a lot.
You swam with polar bears?
I wish. I wish.
Right, swimming with dolphins, swimming with dolphins.
Yeah. But they do it completely different out there. Like because it gets so cold in the winter.
You have to do a dry suit.
No, but they always have hot tubs because basically they use giant chainsaws and they cut out a big piece of the ice.
Yeah.
But you can drive a truck onto it.
Okay.
It's 6-8 feet.
Yeah.
And they pull it out with a crane.
Oh wow.
And then they sit the hot tubs around it.
Oh wow.
So you jump in. They've got divers.
Yeah.
And to make sure you're safe and stuff like that. But I tell you, I think I'd rather do that than the way they do the polar bear swim out here. Mm-hmm. Like, they're going to run into the ocean?
Yeah.
Like, no.
You want
I just want to do in and out and, like, get back in the hot tub. Like, yeah. They're just going to run in. Like, that's
maybe keep the crane there and just have you dumped in and dumped right into the tub. Like, just like the new.
Yeah, right. I could see that being on a cartoon.
That would be great, eh?
Yeah.
A little here, a little there, a little here, a little there.
Yeah, well, Sault Ste. Marie actually has these. I think it's the second biggest winter carnival in all of North America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and there's Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan too, right?
Yeah,
and it's pretty much the same city. And just one side and the other.
No, there's like no affiliation at all.
Okay,
it's weird like that.
It is.
I always wondered that myself. But there doesn't seem like
because like there's a Niagara Falls, Canada, Niagara Falls, New York, right? There's some places I think that are on the border, like I guess in Alberta they have some places that are American and half. Well, we have Roberts thing out here, Port Roberts, right?
Yeah.
Half of it's Canadian, and on the other side it's of town it's American.
Yeah, it's Boston. That's
right. So
it's crazy. I was realizing that the other day. I've always lived in a border town because I'm in Surrey, which is.
What happens if you have a criminal record and you happen to step on the wrong sidewalk? Do you get arrested?
I'm like, nowadays they've got like motion sensors.
Yeah, and
cameras, even down like Zero Avenue.
Yeah,
like you get a little too close to that ditch, and they're coming.
Really? Eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I got pulled over there one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were on the wrong side of the road.
No, I wasn't even. No, because there's a ditch.
Well, I think I've seen the ditch. Yeah. There's the American farms on that side. There's the ditch, and then there's the road. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you could easily jump over the ditch if you wanted to, but
I'd make a run for it.
You'd never make it.
No.
Because they have so much surveillance.
They do.
Like motion sensors and the whole works. As soon as somebody goes on the other side of that, like, and they've got cars ready to go.
And they got like little beams of light that you can't even see. That probably when you break it.
Well, you're probably on camera the whole time.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Or they got a satellite.
Guaranteed at least.
Scoop you up, yeah. But then your body, they can heat detect you and stuff like that. So
they can find you.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they'll find you. Yeah.
It's not like the '60s when you just can run across the way and disappear into the bush, right?
I feel like I belong more in that era. Some days, you know. I'm just a simple human being.
Yeah. I wonder if it's easier to swim across.
The ditch.
Yeah. Or whatever, you know, like okay, so we could say Windsor to Detroit, you can swim across.
Well, that Sault Ste. Marie is like that too. There's actually a river that goes in between.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you never want to swim in there though.
No.
Oh yeah.
It's bad.
Well, no, it's very, very high velocity. Mm-hmm. Like they'd pull you under for sure.
Really? Eh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
So the undertow is pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's why they don't have that problem.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, when I was growing up, I used to think, well, why would people want to go to the States? Canada is great. And over the past, like, I don't know.
Because they promote, like, you know, come get the U.S. dream and live the American dream. And
I feel like the Canadian dream for a long time when I was growing up was much better.
Oh, I believe that too.
Now I'm starting to wonder. Not gonna lie.
Well, it was probably good back then, and it's just changed now, right?
Whoa, it's changed.
Yeah,
it's changed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But there's still a Trudeau doing it, though. Right? There's a Trudeau back in the 70s.
I'm like, there's a sleepy Joe Biden, though.
Yeah, there's a sleepy Joe Biden.
Yeah, at least ours is awake. You know, at least the person going against him is not going to jail.
Yeah,
like. Oof.
They're trying to put him in jail.
What, trying to?
Yeah, we'll see if that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's American politics, Canadian politics in general, I guess.
It's pretty crazy.
It is.
Like,
I think somebody should get up there on the platform and just say, I'm going to take care of Canadians first, and then if we have any extra money after we get all the poor fed and the people off the streets, then we will help some other countries. I don't. You know
what's funny is that, like,
they give away $8 billion. $8 billion could have changed a lot of people's lives in this country.
And what are we gaining?
Nothing. Well,
the states I can understand.
Notoriety.
Yeah, the states I can understand because they got, you know. They got their foot.
But if we've got $8 billion to give away, why aren't we helping the people?
That's
right. If we've made that much, you've collected that much money in taxes and stuff and programs.
Yeah.
Why aren't we helping our own people? Why are we helping other people first? Like, really?
We're nice.
So good.
I don't want to be nice anymore, though.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go out in the alleyway and say, sorry, you can't have a home because we're nice.
You're preaching to the choir, man.
I know, right?
Absolutely.
Right? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense.
You know, if you look at places like Switzerland, they actually have like 4 or 5 referendums a year. Yeah. So basically, if you can go out and get 100,000 signatures for pretty much any cause, then they'll do a referendum on it.
Oh, that's good.
Their whole country will go and vote on, you know what I mean? And I had a friend when I first moved here. He actually moved back to North Bay. But he had this interesting idea of like building a voting system, but voting for every part of society. You know?
That'd be a lot of voting.
Where your tax money is going to, you can, you know, and just like what projects should we be taking on. Being able to vote for stuff like that just seems like a grand idea.
Yeah, but there would be people who didn't want to vote, and then some person might get in that didn't get in because shouldn't get in because nobody voted for him, and he just won by default, right? So
well, either way, I think there should be like maybe stick it right in the middle of that and Switzerland, you know, because it seems like we just don't have any recourse.
No, we don't.
It's very, very hard, time consuming.
Well, and the only recourse that we have is criminal. You know?
Pretty much.
Yeah, right? You could go to jail for it, right?
It seems like it's more like, you know, their way or
the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say it much more blunt than that.
Or the jail way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Look at the truckers that went to Ottawa that protested, right? And,
yeah.
You know, some of them are still in jail.
And what did they really protest? The fact that they didn't want to get jabbed by an experimental vaccine.
Yeah.
You know, I was right there with them. I didn't get vaccinated.
No, I got fooled twice.
Pure blood.
I've had no boosters.
But the thing is, though, is that you probably weren't fooled. That's okay.
That's okay. That wasn't the camera.
Yeah, right.
But if you would have dropped it, that wouldn't have been okay. Sorry, it was just somebody hit the laptop there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the truckers.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like that was all good fun.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been there.
Yeah, me too.
I got a couple of buddies that jumped on that bandwagon, and they went, and they were there all the time.
I was part of the ones on the highway out in Chilliwack and stuff like that, driving on the number one. I've got a video of me doing that.
A couple of my buddies, they actually started driving behind the convoy.
Yeah.
And then before they even knew it, they're like halfway through Alberta.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I guess we're going. And they went. And they were there. Like the whole thing in Ottawa and everything. Like, and he said he's never see anything like that again.
No. Well,
you know, he said that
I've seen something like that, like because I've been in Toronto when the Argos have won the Stanley Cup, or the Blue Jays have won their baseball, right? So
93, 94.
Yeah, and then the streets fill up with people, and there's trucks running up and down Yonge Street and all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen something similar to that. Yes,
just the
and it's amazing.
Oh yeah, for
everybody's
sure.
happy. Everybody's sharing, and laughing, and hugging each other, and it's amazing.
Look at the Olympics here. It was like that was. I don't know.
I was part of that. I bought a Canadian flag that still hangs on my wall.
Nice.
At the day that we won gold, and when we scored that goal and won gold, I bought it on the Canadian flag.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever see a bigger party than that. For that whole like.
Well, I've seen bigger because Toronto's got 6 million people in it, right? So and here,
but to go on that long though.
Huh? To go on that long? No. Well, no. It would have been just a night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been just like New
I
Year's.
mean, it just like it. Whatever day you wanted to go out, there was tons of people downtown.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think Toronto's ever had an Olympics. I don't think. Maybe.
I don't think so either.
No. I wonder if they ever could.
Well, anybody kind of could.
Yeah, well,
as long as you're going to throw enough money at it.
They say that they have a mountain, but they don't.
No. Coming from Saint Marie, we don't have mountains.
Yeah, and there's something in Collingwood called Blue Mountain, but it's just a big hill. If you want to see mountains, come over. Yeah, see,
they didn't even try and front at our ski hill. They were like, it was Search Mount Resort.
Was it?
Yeah, there was there was no way they were going to try and call it a mountain.
So is there like a certain height that qualifies you to be a mountain?
That's a good question.
All right, and maybe that's what it is.
I bet you'd be a hell of a lot taller than anything.
Maybe that's how these people can call Blue Mountain a mountain, because the hill that they have is high enough to be. That's a good question. To be called a mountain, sense. The height of a mountain. Yeah. Wonder what the. Well, here, let's see. Can we do this? Let's see.
What constitutes a mountain in height?
Yeah, hold on, I gotta get past the lock here. There we go. What is the lowest height to be declared a mountain? 8,002 feet. 8,200 feet.
What are we
So
at?
the most complete and specific definition of a mountain comes from the United Nations Environment Program. Their topographical criteria for mountains are any of the following land masses that outcrop with at a peak above 8,200 feet.
Learning is fun.
Yes. So wonder how tall Blue Mountain is. Okay. What is the height of Blue Mountain in Collingwood, Ontario?
Wonder what the height is we're at right now.
1,000.
Oh, that's like.
It's way under. It's way under.
Oh, that's like
because it's supposed to be 8,200 feet to be called a mountain, and they call Blue Mountain is only 1,480 feet.
That's a rolling hill around here. That's a rolling hill around here.
I always thought they were a little bit silly to call that, Blue Mountain, right?
Like that's it.
Wow, eh? Well, thank you very much, Google.
That was a big phone.
That was very helpful, man. So, any interesting stories about people?
Interesting stories.
Yeah, about people. Have you met? You were talking the last couple of weeks about people that you've seen that has changed. Have you seen any of those people since the last couple of weeks?
I'll be honest with you.
No,
I've spent a lot of time inside here.
Inside, yeah. You've been hanging out with that George guy.
You know what? It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, I asked him to be on the show today, and he said he doesn't talk very much. So here, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. And that's
I talk enough.
You're here today.
I talk enough. Yeah.
But George will talk off camera, right, George?
Yeah, right.
There you go.
He's a man of few words.
He's a man.
But usually they start with yeah.
See, I just thought it would be nice to have the one of the longest time volunteers. The
longest.
Him and Ted, I think, are pretty close.
George
got him by a while.
Me and Ted were at Van Du pretty much at the same time.
Yes, they're pretty close.
I didn't even think about the Van Du
joints for Neil for 420 before that.
Before
But then
that,
Ted was rolling joints for 422 for Neil.
Yeah, so you guys are pretty close in the amount of time that you put. When I had Ted on the show, he had mentioned that these guys are very close in the amount of time that they've been volunteer at the Cannabis Substitution Program. Well, it was called the project first, right? Yes, so the project, and then it turned into the program.
Yeah.
And so how many years is that, George? You've been here now?
7 from Van Du.
7 from Van Du. And we've been here 4, Neil says in the story here. 3.5 in the van, and we had the first 6 months here in the store or something like that. So, and like I said, these guys are here every day. 11 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, including Christmas.
Try 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Well, George, the manager, is here a little bit earlier than that, but then George can leave a little bit earlier too, but he never does.
No, he can't.
No, he can't. Well, I've seen him.
I didn't say anything about that.
I've seen him leave early on a Tuesday.
That was different.
Yeah.
That was different. The boss man was here.
The boss man was here. Yeah. He's here in spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He could be watching us.
I can be more responsible now. So.
Yeah.
He could be, Well, I hope he is. He's been doing a lot of resting.
The game isn't until 6:30, so.
Oh, it's 6:30 tonight. Yes, because it's Edmonton at 6:30. I was thinking it was 7 o'clock. Yeah.
I'm sure he will be viewing it eventually.
Well, he likes to watch it afterwards.
Yeah.
A period behind so that he can skip commercials.
I was talking about us.
Yeah. Oh, us. Yeah. I'll have to be watching it on my cell phone as I'm driving in traffic or something probably. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I hope that they win tonight. It'd be nice, but again, Edmonton is a good team.
Yeah.
Right. So it could be a battle. It could be all 7 games.
Oh, it'll be a battle.
Yeah. And the 7th game now will be played in Vancouver because we won last time. That's what they said, that we got home ice advantage back.
That's good.
If it goes to full 7.
If it goes to full 7, yes.
I like your optimism, George.
Yes, yeah.
That's a real silver lining.
I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so? I think it might go to full 7, being that Edmonton is good, but it'll depend. If tonight, that Vancouver does beat Edmonton and has a 3-1 series lead, it won't go full 7, because that would mean that Vancouver would only need to win 1 more game, and Edmonton would have to still win 3 games. Yeah. Right? So, in a row.
I think if they get a good jump on it tonight, they're gonna break their spirits a little bit.
You think so?
If they can stay on top of them right from the first puck drop.
I hope so. They've been doing it so well. And even when they're losing, they've come back in the 3rd period and just scored.
Yeah.
Right? They're not giving up like we've had previous Canuck teams do. Well, those previous coaches, not the coach that we have now. Thank you, Rick Talkin. You've done a really good job, buddy.
That was a lot of a lot of coaches,
Yeah.
then the same outcome.
I really like this.
It's a new team though.
Yeah, yes. Well, and if you got a good coach, that puts the new spirit in the team, right?
Yeah.
It's the same guys, just a better coach and somebody that can inspire them to do the job that they've been doing, and he's been inspiring them very well.
Yeah.
Right? Look at them; they were in the second round now.
Must be a good pep talk.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just, real good ass beat.
Well, I think he's at first I didn't know who he was, but as I see him doing the interviews and how he'll laugh and he's very human and stuff like that, it seems to be a very good coach.
There's a lot of them that just seem like drones.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Angry drones a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's nice to see some life.
Yeah. It is good to see that. That's right.
It's been good for the city too.
It's what we need, right?
It's been good for the city.
Yeah.
Like even look at Scott Road.
Look at
Scott Road goes crazy.
Look at the mayor. He actually went to a viewing party. He actually allowed viewing parties because round one he was like, "No, remember 10 years ago we can't do that. No, we don't want that to happen again."
When I see that, I was so.
And then he was at Oak Street Park or something for the last game.
Yeah,
and he had a few counselors with them, and they're all high fiving each other, enjoying. He goes,
I was so
"This
impressed
is good."
by that.
Now he says there'll be more viewing parties because he experienced it. I guess maybe he never went to a viewing party.
No, I think he just caught a lot of flack over that because there was a lot of people talking about that.
It was like 10 years ago, and it doesn't mean it's going to happen again, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean that's way farther down the line as it is. I mean, but
I think there's a better camera.
It's like, it doesn't seem. I don't know. You got to have pride in your city.
Yeah, you got to believe in the people,
and it just seems like Vancouver's kind of just. Everybody seems to be calling it no
fun city.
Yeah, and that's we've got all of the opportunity in the world, and even for our cannabis events, everybody knows BC Bud.
Yeah.
The city doesn't know what they're missing when it comes to revenue. You think with Canada having some pretty cheap airfare now, you can get to Toronto for like $140, $200, like there and back.
Yeah.
You know how many people would come from across the country just for the 420 day, rent a hotel room, and go back.
Day,
Bud Day, any of those.
Right?
The city could be making so much money.
Yeah.
The economy could be, for that, how many times we do it a year.
Yeah.
But
I'd say 3 or 4 times at the most, I think.
But I mean, would that go up if we got to do it a little bit
I don't know.
easier? Like, I'm sure there would be somebody that would want to do it if we didn't catch the flack that we are.
It would be nice if we could do smaller markets in like North Vancouver and West Vancouver and Trout Lake and stuff like that, So then we're reaching more people and people don't have to actually travel to us, right? They can just
That's what's good about having them where we do is the fact that they don't have to know where we are.
Yeah.
They don't have to know. They just even at Thornton, the SkyTrain goes right by there. You can see. You can see something's going on.
Yeah.
There's
Thornton Park. I think is off the books now because of
for sure. I'm just saying that even like you go to Granville, you want to go to places where there's foot traffic so that you don't have to tell people where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be somewhere where they're walking by anyway.
Yeah.
That's why the beach was always such a good.
I like the beach because it also educated people who were not from here. Mm-hmm. Right? If you were to find anybody who was being a tourist in Vancouver, you would find them on the beach that's where they go to see the oceans. A lot of people that don't have oceans in their countries, and they come to see our ocean. Right, so having them on the beach was also not just educating the people of our country, but also educating other people that could go back and say, "Hey, we saw this in Canada."
I grew up without an ocean.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I grew up with a lake.
Well, I mean,
Lake
first
Ontario.
23 years. Yeah, Lake Superior.
Lake Superior. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's a big lake, but it's no ocean.
It was nice to have it there.
It's big enough to be considered an inland sea.
What?
Is that right?
Lake Superior?
Yeah.
But it's the coldest freshwater lake in Canada or in the world?
It's the biggest.
It's the biggest,
really?
right? Yeah. Well, they have ships across it. right?
Or are they just saying that?
No,
is it only 1,800 feet?
Lightfoot did
is it only
that
1,800 feet, not 8,000 feet?
I don't know, but Gordon Lightfoot did that song. The record of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and that's about Superior.
Yeah.
Where it went down during the northeastern storm, the nor'easter.
Superior's the
Classic song.
Classic stuff.
Yeah.
Well, people, it looks like it's 5 to 5.
I was supposed to be out of here at 3.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for sticking around.
Hey, it's no problem at all.
It helps when we have people. Yes, get well. Hey, Mary Jane, how you doing? Hit hot, my friend. It's let's all envision Neil healthy for 68 seconds. That's all it takes. Just take 68 seconds of your day and envision him healthy, and maybe we'll manifest his health back. And he's fighting. He is a fighter. He's going to keep fighting. Let's just hope he wins this fight.
Affirmations. So. That's the word.
Is it affirmation?
Affirmations.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Is it
no, I agree. I agree with you earlier.
Affirmation, oh no, that's mirage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Affirmation is ghostly, isn't it?
No, not really. It's just like.
Is that another word for a ghost? An affirmation?
Apparition.
Apparition, is it?
Apparition.
Oh, is that for ghost?
Not operation.
No, I didn't say operation. That's a game. His nose goes red.
I used to be pretty good at that game. Yeah. My hands were steady at that point.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Well, so you're not a doctor anymore. Never begin
Probably
one.
not, no.
Also,
I shouldn't have a scalpel, that's for sure.
We're just going to pray and send positive energy to Neil. Also, we want to thank all the donators to the CSP program. Without you guys,
Nemi.
Yeah.
Steve Nemi.
Steve Nemi, yes. And the Candy Bar, and you, and many others. There's Michael the Cookie Monster. There's so many people. I don't even know everybody's names. That's George starting up the torch.
Joe Pepper?
Joe Pepper, yeah. But you know who you are. There are some people we can't even mention. But we thank you very much, because without you, we would not be able to be here to save people's lives and save your loved one's life. There could be somebody down here that you know, and they're on the Cannabis Substitution Program. So it's amazing that we have your support, and we have other people's support, and without it, there'd be a lot of more people dying down here.
It'd be a lot different situation.
Yeah, it wouldn't be just 6 people.
It wouldn't be for the good.
It wouldn't be just 6 people a day. It'd probably be like maybe 10 or
6 people a day is still too far.
Still, it is. I know. It is.
You know?
Yeah, 6 people a day. But
just let us do what we're
just
trying
down
to do.
here, though, because
I know.
Like we have always had to say that's in the province of British Columbia.
But they say that a good
most of it happens at home.
Yeah.
Most of it, but even though the fire department is very busy down here, they're constantly busy. Never stop. But most of that does.
To the point where I drowned it out, except for now. Those fire trucks are really loud.
Is it?
Oh, they've turned them up over the past little bit. I think you can hear them from miles away.
It's like I drowned out the train tracks of Mission. You can hear
but it's like the train only goes by so many times. Like down here, like it's just big boom. Yeah, I know.
You zone out noise after a while.
Yeah, it's crazy. I actually said that to somebody that's walking across the street, because he just didn't even see it.
No, right?
Yeah,
he just zones it out. Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Like I said, without you donators, there would be no program. We thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
When you're out there today, please go and do something nice for someone. They might just do something nice for someone else, and we'll have a much better world to live in. And while you're doing that...
I was supposed to be gone at 3.
Were you?
This is my something nice.
And while you're doing that, have as much fun as you can. If somebody would hit the end button for me, that'd be great. Have a great day. Night. We'll see you next week. And thank you for watching on Cannabis Culture and Pod TV. Cheers.